Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Final Fantasy XII. Last time, a lot of story development and things happened, I think. A little bit of stuff happened. We got captured. We broke free. We now have Ash in our party. And I grinded a shit ton off recording. And by shit ton, I mean maybe a few levels. I don't exactly remember where I left off in levels. But we're level 20s all around. As well as putting a shit ton of points in our license stuff all over the board. So yeah, we're going crazy here. For now, just to see how things go. Both here and everybody has, like, not everybody, but the people who can use it have cure. We do not have the better ability. We're gonna use Ash and Fran for right now. Like I said, I'm gonna try to keep mix and matching for the most part because it's gonna be kind of tough to know when I want to use somebody. Because it's like Ash and Bosch both can be comboed and do pretty decent damage. Hell, I think Bosch is actually stronger than Ash, to be honest with you. Yeah, he's got way more strength. Way more, and more attack power. And his health is getting up there. You know, it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, you know, we'll use Bosch. We'll use Bosch for a little bit. We got, well, no, actually, I wanted Ash because she can use Cure. She's got high magic potency as well because she focuses on magic and a little bit of physical. Because apparently Bushi's attacks stem from both strength and magic, so that's why they wear Mystic and all that jazz. So yeah. So for right now, Cure works for just about anybody, and we can just use potions and shit like that if we get into any danger. And if we really need to, we'll just swap them out, you know? Do that. Side note, too, inventory. I bought just about everything I was able to for 99. I grinded to get a bunch of money. Things like that. So yeah, we hop back into the world of Final Fantasy. I think my gambit should be perfectly fine now. I did have a gambit set for Penella when we were grinding for her to just shoot fire at everybody. Because she would just kept getting her ass kicked trying to run into attack. Though she still has the set attack. I got rid of the fire for right now because I didn't want her to burn through her MP. Because it would have been pretty brutal. But we back. We back for a little bit. At least for another hour or two. Of grind and see where the story in the game will take us, because there are no more hunts at the moment and there's nothing I can acquire, so that I know of. There is another place that I have the choice to fly to when I looked at the flying thing, but I didn't want to take it. I didn't want to just go there yet. I have no idea if it's like an optional place or it's part of the story that we will be going to, so I didn't want to spoil anything, so I'll just wait, and when the time comes, I'll do it.
My father had been killed the night of the treaty signing. He returned to Ravenastor, there to aid my escape. There was still time before Vane's reach extended too far. We thought that you could protect me.
However, when I then made the announcement that you had taken your own life, I must have seemed a model citizen of the Empire. The announcement, you see, was Vane's suggestion. Of course, at the time I was reluctant, but I could not perceive his reasons. Now it is clear he meant to drive a wedge between us.
Halim, we are past all this. Bushirba must stand with us. We can stop Vane.
I once knew a girl whose only wish was to be carried in her uncle's arms. Your Majesty
was
is
not
overgrown
you.
now.
Then Bushirba will aid me.
Suppose for a moment you were to defeat Vane. What then? You cannot simply rebuild your kingdom with the only proof of your birthright stolen. Without that, the Grand Kiltias on Bo-Omises cannot and will not recognize your Majesty as the rightful heir.
I need that fucking stone.
You may yet be a princess, but without proof of your identity, you are powerless.
We didn't decide to just grab it off the
You
judge
remain
before
with
we
me.
leave.
We do nothing till the time is right.
I cannot just wait.
Then what does your majesty propose we do?
Uncle Halim.
Incidentally, what is the going rate for rescuing princesses these days? Food would be a start. The good stuff, mind you.
This can be arranged, though it will take some time.
Time enough for a bath, I hope. Dirty business, you know. Ah, best bring a change of clothes, too.
Money! Well, I'll never see any of it. Just get money off of beating the shit out of the same guy over and over for an hour or two.
What are you doing? This is Balthier's ship.
I'm going to retrieve the Dawn Shard. It's the proof that I need. I know where it's hidden. I'll return his airship later.
Are you crazy?
This is something that I have to do. Not only for myself, but for all those who have fallen. I will not be made to hide. I'll fight alone if I must.
You still have Bosch, right? Besides, you can't just go around stealing people's ships. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to concentrate.
That's quite enough, Your Majesty. What do you think? A bit over the top?
In my line of work, you never know when something like this might come in handy.
I'm trying to concentrate.
Clever.
I'm leaving you with the Marquis.
You can't.
Trust me, you're better off staying here.
Suppose you kidnapped me instead. You're a sky pirate, aren't you? Then steal me. Is that so much to ask?
What do you have that I would want?
The Dynast King's treasure. The Dawn Shard is but one of the riches that lie waiting in King Wraithwall's tomb.
Ah.
King Wraithwall, you say?
Kidnapping royalty is a serious offense. It won't do much to lower the bounty on your head.
How much is the price on your head these days, I wonder?
Allow me to escort you in Vosla's place.
Will you be joining us?
What? Are you kidding? I don't want to stick around this place.
Then I'm coming too.
Canelo?
Don't leave me here.
Shit, fuck this place.
Of course not.
Then it's settled. We should leave before the Marquis realizes she's missing, like proper kidnappers.
I wonder how they sound. Some of them sounded Japanese. I just haven't felt like changing it because it's like I can't imagine what the fuck fraud sounds like. It sounds like it's not terrible, but it also does sound terrible. But I don't know what her kind or person is supposed to sound like. So it's like I got nothing to base it off of. Sometimes to me it sounds like a kid trying to learn how to speak. I have returned and I've gotten my ass kicked. I don't know if it's the same guy or not. I can't tell. They all wear the fucking same armor. Just know that even though I'm doing it for an hour or 2 hours, I'll be a lot of grinding or just running around or cutscenes. Hopefully fighting.
Dr. Sid, does this set Draclaw?
I have confirmed he receives funds from Lord Vane. His agency in the fall of Nabudis is also certain. Yet, with Judge Zect, who led the assault, missing, the truth remains difficult to ascertain.
The long, cold years have clouded my eyes. I cannot see my own son's heart.
My lord.
This illness will claim me. So then, who is to be my successor? The Senate fears the capable Peregrine Vane. They prefer a young fledgling emperor. Gabranth, once in the past I laid siege to your homeland.
The Republic of Landis is long since gone. My allegiance lies wholly with the Empire.
Perhaps. But what of your brother? He did not accept us as you did. He fled to Dalmasca. Did you never think to follow him?
I follow his every move. He is an enemy of the Empire. He will be cut down.
So you would kill even your own brother for the Empire. Be that as it may, Gabranth, your ruthlessness is not without merit. But it must not become this way with Larsa. You must ensure that it does not.
So then you ask me to be his sword, to strike where he might not.
Rather be his shield. Gabranth, keep your close watch on Vayne. His is the keenest blade of all.
My lord.
Do this for me, Gabranth. I could not bear to see my sons war with each other again.
Just met the guy, well, introduced him, and he's already dying. Well, shit. Oscar Western, and we're back here. Oh, we're up there.
Whoa.
Now we're here.
This come in handy often?
It's tough being popular. Wouldn't want any admirers dropping in while we're away. Well now, that's as far as she goes. We'll be in yacht from here onwards.
Across the Sand Sea, to the Valley of the Dead, and to King Wraithwall's tomb below.
Sounds like
So,
fun.
you're in yacht. Skystones don't work at all. That's why we gotta hoof it the rest of the way, you see?
Happy you get to teach me something for a change?
Well, if you want to be a sky pirate, you gotta know your... Hey, what do you mean for a change?
Come on,
At least we
discuss
thought
it.
to bring
I'm smarter than
entertainment.
you.
Oh yeah? Says who? You want to see what they think about it?
I wouldn't be so confident.
Why'd we bring kids? Why don't we just drop them off somewhere? Hey, we're here. Make sure you stock up. Oh boy, and instantly we got our stuff that I've been looking for. Fucking Cura. Arrow. I'll buy Gravity. I mean, why not? Not that anyone will use it. After HP critical foes to obtain loot. That seems fucked up, but sure. We'll take it. Don't know about this one, but we'll get it. I didn't look into that one. What's that gonna cost me? Alright. Disable and immobilize. Silence. Probably should be getting these kinds of things. I'll buy like 3 of them. Wait. Whip. Gets it. Oh, I meant to equip it, but never mind. Right away off the bat, it's just like, here's everything you need. There goes all the money I was grinding. Equip. Gonna give her a big jump in attack. Get that for her at least. Hers is really shitty, I'll be honest. What could we not use? Picked up a bunch of these. Don't accidentally sell the armor that I bought for her that I did not equip. That. We had a windbreaker? I must have not equipped it on him. I know there was a few things I accidentally did not equip. Need these. Nobody's using bows or guns. I don't think anybody can use the bombs either, because I think that's a breaker thing. That musk stick. Ancient sword. Equipped. Gosh. Losing some strength, but whatever. So now, she instantly got a big increase with that damage on attack power. Oh, that's good, because we were going to use her with Fran and stuff, so it all works out. And Vaughn gets a new stick. A musk stick. These are not great names so far for his weapons. He had a bamboo like thing, and now it didn't look like bamboo, or maybe it did. I never really looked at bamboo in person, or do I have many games that involve bamboo? Or if they do, it's not actually a physical object, just something with a name. So I don't know. I didn't pay attention. What you got to say? Okay. Name's No-No. That or that's what he says every time we try to talk to him. Alright, we're moving on. Moving on up. Might slow it down. I still want to go check out that caverns. I have not done that when I was in the one place. I should have, to be honest. I just completely... It completely lost... went over my head to do that. Now I gotta actually change the gambits real quick. Make sure that the people who can use Kirja or whatever use it. Kind of forgot. Look at the graphic increase. The PS2 days of when this was happened. Now games kind of look like this sometimes. Well, at least mainly the Final Fantasies of today kind of look like this all the time, but better. They're not... something. Sand. Yvonne, what are you doing? Look at all this water. You're hallucinating. There's no water. We haven't even been here for 5 minutes and you lost your mind.
So, where exactly is Wraithwall's tomb?
Far to the west. We must first cross the Yogir Yensa, and beyond that, the Nam Yensa, before we reach the tomb. An expanse of desert larger still than all of Delmasca. We must pace ourselves. If you grow tired, we stop and take rest.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm tougher than I look.
Yeah, we should have made her a breaker. So a lady with a big axe. I don't think I did not have any points to give him one more gambit. Well, we can change one of them. I'm not too a big deal. When allies are at 30%. Can he not use it? No, he can't. Damn it. Attack any allies that are whoever's being targeted by allies. Hero. Cost 26, so it's a little bit more, so maybe best to wait until 30%. Who can't? gonna say she can kind of do it if she's cure if things are like. I don't want her to blow through it though. No potion. Was it? I always miss it. Critical potion. Anybody who's critical, get him health right away. Not use it. Cannot. What's his face? Vaughn can use Kira or whatever the fuck. Right? It's like the one higher than Kira. Yeah, like Kira or whatever the fuck. He needs this, but I have no idea how we actually get to this. Like, what the hell do I need to do for that? Like, I just have to, like, link it somehow, but there's no way to. As far as I know, we do not have any hunts, right? Alright. Well, still, we're still good with just cures, and if we want to go and we need the extra oomph and healing, then, you know, they'll heal. We'll try things on for size with that. Probably, I swear I talked to everyone, so no one has a map, I'm assuming, of this place. This is thing's weakness, that earth stuff. I have to do steel now because I don't have what's-his-face. I have a succulent fruit! Level are these guys? 13s, okay. I actually don't want to speed it up just yet. I kind of want to see the damage these two are doing. I'm just kind of comparing, like, right now, Fran will always kind of be in there, because I think she can take more, even though she has a lower HP. She might have better, well, stats say she's not any better in defense, but maybe there's something else behind it that I'm not seeing. I mean, either way, Fran and Ash both have cures to do sustainability in some shape or matter. Plus, Fran does have HP things I gotta put on for her license, but we're gonna store a lot of our points for a little bit, kind of let things grow, because I have a lot of points already spent, and I kind of want to save it so I can just do like a mass buying or whatever of it. She does 431, so she definitely hits hard, but I'm assuming because Samurai's just like Bosch, they will do high combos. So if we just want a wizard staff, I just bought that, didn't I? Yep. See, that's what we're gonna find weapons, even though I shouldn't have bought it, but I do that for safety reasons. I was gonna say though is if I want like the combo team, we throw Bosch and Ash in there, but and Vaughn, because they will all combo like a crazy ton. Actually, what I want to do real quick is just see what's the damage. I mean, these are lower levels anyway, but what kind of damage will Bosch do? Poor Bosch is still fucking silenced because of the ring. I want to see what he'll do. 52, so yeah, definitely lower damage with Bosch. But he can combo, and I mean, I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I know he's got like good, I think, dodging, or I don't know, from what I heard of people, and this is just me like looking into the classes themselves, was that hunters can kind of tank as well in some sense because of dodge and blocking. How much of that is true, I have no fucking clue. Plus, again, they could all be different. This could be all from the original PS2 stuff. Well, the PS2 Japanese version. They could have tweaked a few things when remastering this. I don't know. They could have hid some stuff on us.
Yeah.
Thing just rammed me, and I don't know how I feel about it. What do I have as a gambit for you? Okay, we'll do the steel for him for now. And then anytime Anytime Balthier's in the group, we just turn the gambit off. Just so I don't have to constantly keep selecting it over and over. Because steel does help. Steel helps you get a lot of extra and sometimes some very, very, not rare, but very good stuff to sell for money. And me being a guy who's pretty much paying for every piece of equipment he finds that's new in the store, I need all the money I can get. So even if I have to grind for money purposes...
construct to draw oil from the ground.
Why not?
Abandoned many years now, it seems.
Did Dalmaskans build this?
No, the Rosarians.
I wish Bosch was a little more buff, to be honest. Then he would have been a cool-looking knight.
Arcadia, heedless of the kingdoms caught in their midst. Dalmasca, Nabrodia, Landis.
'Tis the small craft's fate to watch the list of the galleons and pray for light winds.
Vossler, why are you here?
Imagine my surprise when upon my return to Beaugerbe, I find both you and the Lady Ash have vanished. I thought you above consorting with sky pirates.
Balthier is a man worthy of our trust, and it was the Lady Ash's decision. I am content to lend my arm.
He literally
as
cuts
I could
it off.
not when Rassler died, when her throne was taken. Never again. I will defend her this time.
You walk the knight's path. The Lady Ash?
I'll be honest, we don't really need your help, but hey, if you're gonna join us, sure.
Let me guess. Sandstorm?
Something far worse.
The Hulk?
I see. So the Dawn Shard does lie in King Raytheon's
See, like, why couldn't Bosch kind of be like him, dressed like that a little
bit?
The
Marquis sympathizes with your plight.
A little
Yet
more
the Empire
coverage.
perches as a carrion bird on his shoulder. He can keep whispers of your abduction silent for only so long.
Yes. Tell me, Vossler, what have you accomplished?
We leave at once. This is Urutan Yensa territory, and they are unfond of visitors.
Oops. Final Fantasy will get any shot they can for some boobage. Oh shit. Very grainy. It's like a film grain. He's right again. It's the Sid people! What the fuck? They're insane. What are they? Are they wearing masks or are they dead people? I'm gonna assume they're just crazy people. As long as we don't go down there, we're safe, right? Or can those things be on land? I mean, I assume they can be on land because this is all ground. But I mean, like, we're on a metal
Looks like
structure.
we've attracted the wrong sort of attention. Let's quit this place while we still can. Move!
Vossler! Have you found the means to restore Dalmasca?
First, we must claim the Dawn Shard. It
Yes.
all begins with that.
If only Vaughn didn't fucking give it up. We don't really need him, but hey, I'll take the extra party member, I guess. What level is he? He's 24. He just instantly jumps up higher, but his health sucks. Somebody's been not doing the license for him. Giving those HP boosts. I'm gonna fucking destroy everybody now. What am I? Oh. I didn't really mean to attack. I just want to see their levels. 14? Okay. Like, because I'm higher level, I can kind of fast forward to fights. I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't, just because it's a little more enjoyable to watch a bit of the fights for grinding purposes, or if I'm in a rush, I should be doing the fast forward. I don't know. If I'm grinding, then of course we're gonna fucking speed it along. But like with such simple enemies like this, it's like, I don't know. And again, I do like seeing the I guess when it's just one enemy at a time, then I will. But if we have like 2 to 3 people, I'll actually slow it down. Like if there's like 2 plus, 3 plus people that we got to take out, then I'll slow it back down. But if it's just one simple enemy and it's not a big deal, then I'll leave it be, because, you know, it's not that exciting if it's just one. Unless the one enemy is like a special occasion one enemy, like a hunt, or somebody who's just a little bit stronger for some reason. You know what I don't actually realize? I don't think we have Dispel. we need to make sure we acquire that. Dispel can come in handy for certain enemies that use Protect / bosses. Most of the time it lets you do it on bosses, and then they'll just recast it after some time, but that's me going off of Final Fantasy X logic. What they might have done in this, I have no fucking clue. Funny is, doesn't Randu steal? He's the one that's going right into the battle. A knight to do it would be funny. We don't really need that. I'm fine with me doing it because she does a lot of damage. What? Steal from the guy with the lowest HP? That poor guy. Treasure! I found your treasure! Yay! Why you sound like that, Vaughn? I don't know! The sands made me go insane! Okay, he's lost his mind. Where is she going? I guess this guy doesn't have the highest defense, or she thought this one did. Right? Or did I just fuck up the gambit and made her go after something else? No, highest defense. She'll use fire on anybody who's weak to fire. Like a good bunny thing. I will be switching in and out party members, of course, because I like to switch it up. I'm a big variety guy like that, too. I'm weird, I know. I know I'm weird. What did we just pick up? A gold something? Is that not a thing here? Sounded like it was going to be. Are any of these? What's it? Aim to disable and immobilize. I mean, it might help because if they disable and he somehow loses cure or something, he instantly becomes shit. License point. Need accessory 6, which everybody should have fucking had, but apparently not everybody does. Oh, amulet. What am I trying to read? That would help if I was gonna use like Bond without a weapon, but I don't think his damage is that great yet. It's still 12. It might not actually increase. But his evade goes down. Give him that so he's not blind anytime. Like, he'll be immune to that. This will come in handy, though, when I'm grinding. If I want to get someone some points quick for their license. Reduces physical damage taken when HP critical. Libra, that. Gauntlets. He's half damaged to everything, and but he's the only problem is he's silenced. But Bosch doesn't do magic, so it all works. What's she got on the roasting? Immune to silence, which I like. I actually want Valthier to have that as well, but for now, what he's got is good. Raises strength when HP is critical. I don't know if that's really matters for her, to be honest. Like, her stuff is focused more on magic power, as you see with a 48 magic power. So, at the moment, it's not a big deal. I think for now, that's good. What is the optimize? Nothing? I gave him the fucking wrong thing. Got the musk stick. What am I doing? Oh, see, this is why we do optimize, just to double check. Someone would be like, why the fuck didn't you put the thing on? The thing on the thing. I don't know. I just don't know, man. I always see that too, and when I watch somebody or something, like, they'll buy something and completely forget to equip it sometimes. I do the same thing, because it's like when you're playing the game, you're thinking of like 10 different things, as well as like, you're just excited to continue sometimes, that you just don't think to put on the better piece of armor, you know? Like, hell, I almost forgot to up the gambit for Kira stuff. Stole a potion from him. Again, though, like I said, we'll just have steal off when if Bothier gets put in the group again, because I like him doing the steal. Guys are much faster. We could just, you know, well, I do want to get another Gambit for Bothier, and then what I'm gonna probably set up is probably to go over there, but what the hell? I mean, we could go this way, I guess. I do want to set him up to do like protect at a certain point of HP. So, like, say someone's like below half, he'll do protect on any allies that are hurt. He's gonna need a couple because I'm gonna need protect on Shell as well as doing protect and Shell on himself. But again, I don't want to do too many. What the fuck is that? That is a level 45, and we are not going that way. Holy fuck, I almost started fighting that thing. It would have not been good. See, just Vaughn being in the party and not hitting anything is giving him experience, because he is missing out on hitting people. I mean, Altair doesn't really fight too often. He's most of the time stealing. Soldier's cap. The hell are we wearing? We're wearing the balaclava. 12 magic resist 14. Lose a little bit of strength, but magic resist goes up. And HP. Sure. Here, we'll switch it up since he's always just stealing. Might not be fun to watch. Oh, we can also just play as him. Look at us. We're Mr. Cool Guy who can do Soul Eater, lower 1 strength, telekinesis, lower 1's 4. I feel like that would be a spell, but sure, a technique, because it's telekinesis. Cool. Doesn't have a mist as far as I can tell. Be Ash. Katana lady. Kind of nervous to go this way, only because of that thing floating around here. I don't fuck with it. Harry. Look at that combo. And with Fronda, just like instantly wrap it up works too. I'll keep an eye on everybody's health, so if we need to do yield and quick heal with a potion and or something, we can do it. We got plenty of potions to like pop us off if we need it. Succulent fruit sell for a bit. Doesn't do any others. Yeah, she doesn't do black. She doesn't have a black magic yet. We have her to learn an ability, but we don't have said spell yet. Can use 1 magic spell, which was like the thing we saw with that Lamet guy, whatever his actual name is now. I'm just remembering his name off of when he was the guest. We have that ability we could use when we get it. It also reminds me, does Pinello have another space? Has more, so I'll hold on to that one because that was fun to use for wind damage. Wind weekend. Priority, of course, will be to heal someone if they are hurt. Right now, I'm just setting up anything they're weak against. She will hit them hard with those spells. Which, problem is Libra does not give you the info on enemies. Like bosses. Kind of sucks. I wish I could know some of the boss's weakness, but I guess it would just be a lot of attempt and try. Because I'm assuming if I just went in there and had her go fight someone, it wouldn't do any damage. Or she won't do anything with her gambit, she would just attack. Until I told her to do a spell. Wing for stone. Enemies down here. Oh, fuck. Flee, flee, everybody flee. We are not going towards that. And to the right. We go this way, we can. Let's see. Remember. We definitely will switch up. Of course, we're gonna probably, you know, I just gotta figure that out because that's the one thing I hate is like you can't tell the weaknesses most of the time on bosses unless you know it's a very common look. Say like it's a big fire monster, then of course fire is not gonna work unless they're trying to trick you. Already dead. So like that's why I maybe the gambit thing will know just off without Libra of knowing if the enemy is weak to something, but we'll know if something is like really resistant to physical. If we're hitting it and it's doing like literally jack shit, then we at least know that magic might be the better option. Unless, you know, it's got protect on, then magic might be the better case to do it in that point, only because of they got protect on, use magic to get around it until they cast shell. Or just dispel it if we have dispel at the time of whoever we're fighting. I know that now this entire team is literally just physical guys. Like, nothing but physical damage. Like I said, as long as they're not being aggroed, I can kind of switch it when I need to be. Guys are weak to thunder. They're not even enemies, they're just chilling. Well, they can be enemies if I fought them. I just struggle with how I'm gonna, like, how I want to set teams half the time, because, like, you know, it's a lot of mix and matching of what do I want for this time or this time. You know, it's just gonna be that kind of ordeal. That's gonna be at this time what will work. You know, we may face an enemy that physical is kind of shit, so we need magical, but we're gonna keep a physical person to stay alive and tank, or do combos and just constantly do damage, even if it's shitty, you know, DPSing it. Have a magic person enter. We may need just the white mage, because his heals will be much better. This now Cooper is usually violent, but this one wanted to help. Just didn't tell me. Are all set up in a panic about a creature on the Namia Sandra, their blood enemy, it seems. One of them was asking for help. It's whatever his guy's bad. Could swing, and Cooper's supposed to. Fair. Look for the tortoise teeth, something. Alright. Combo the shit out of it. I have no idea exactly what tortoise thing it was saying, but if we can find it or something, I'll give it a go. Why not? It might have been like somewhere back there. I don't. We use a potion. Looked like it didn't even move our health bar, but it did give us health. Believe me, this just doesn't do a lot. It's 120. Well, I have 99 of them, so I can do like freaking about 50 of them used to get my health back up. Treasure. couldn't steal because you missed. Blocked. Plus, it's hard to want to use a mage in just standard combat until they're utilized, to be honest with you. Like, yes, they can attack with their staff, but it's compared to just having a physical person like Ash, Vaughn, Bosch, Fran, or any of the guests that we bring out, you might as well just have them for now, because I'm not going to have her just cast fire, whatever's the lowest MP spell over and over on enemies just until, and then when we get to a big fight, she'll have like nothing. So her strengths are magic, so once we go against someone who needs magic, that will be the right time. I'm very, like, I try to look really in detail to this shit. Like, I just want it to work. That's the thing. Like, in my head, I'm like, this might be a good idea, but how can I utilize my entire team, you know? I try not to leave anybody out, so that's where it gets tough when you only have a limit of 3 people at a time. Oh, is that the thing they're worried about? Things got protected. It's weak to arrow. I'm afraid to like hit anybody else, but I guess we're all gonna start hitting them. Because apparently that thing doesn't have the highest defense. With the grasses. That wind? Yep, it is. Pinello, this is where you'll shine. That. Because it is definitely resistant. Look at that, see? This is what I mean. We just swap them out when we need to. I have no idea where we're supposed to go after, if we're supposed to run back. I mean, I could always run back to that dude and see if he'll say something. Somewhere. Fuck. Something about treasures and stuff, but it's, I don't know. It's good. I'm gonna run back real quick to that bunny guy thing. They call Koopos? Googles? I don't know what they call them in this. We might have to beat somebody up on the way because they'll respawn, but no problem. Treasure. Plus, being a higher level, we have better blocking chances, I think. There's always like that weird little like scaling of like if you're a way higher level and fighting a low level, they just block everything or you're missing constantly because they evade, as well as do like no damage. So. Plus. License points and experience, even every little bit helps. So that's why I'm not afraid to refight everything just to come back real quick and see if the rabbit thing says something else. By the way, from before, he just went by, maybe he was going to look for that treasure for you. Unusually calm. He was heading towards the XII ZA. Is that what it said? Jensen. He was heading back this way. What are you saying? Not this. I've had this before, but how the hell am I to just know where he goes? Oh wait. Fucking thing is following this thing forever. God damn it. All we want is treasure. We fought your damn turtle. It wasn't that hard. Would have been. Again, I'm kind of heavily grinded. Ew. Gathering a truly rare occurrence. Fuck is that? A mother? I am not proud of you. Please, I'm sorry. Kupo. Happening, Kupo. Going to execute him. He just shoves him slightly. Don't do this. The creature would still be at large if it weren't for his plea for help, Kupo. You shame us by seeking aid outside the tribe. Our lords and masters of the Great Sea, we seek aid of none. The words are the hollowing of the sand to my ears. I condemn you to dust. Oh my god. What have you done, Kupo? You bring him back. Those who sully our name will be punished, be they foremen or kin. They must pay the honor price. There can be no forgiveness. I would destroy you too, but I am merciful. Better you live to tell the world that the Udran, whatever, taking lightly. Now leave. Where are we? We were just running over here. We could fight this bitch. Kick her ass, it'll drop treasure. Steal from her. Obscure berries. Bro, he wouldn't have been happy. He wouldn't have been happy back with his clan, I'm sure of it. I already took the berries from it. That flower, it's rare to see when blooming in the Sand Sea. Maybe the treasure they found was this? I already picked it up, whatever it was. Curious item detested from the avian unknown of the... What the fuck I do with it? It's just something... It's in my items, so like... Maybe something I just throw at someone? What are they doing? Buffing themselves up? Gonna really help much. I'll use Cure since we haven't done it yet. To, Ash. Just looks. I mean, it's about, our Cure is about as effective as a potion, to be honest with you. That's why Cure is to be used at like a higher like amount of HP. Heal allies at 40. Balthier will have the better door. I know he's still doing Cure to himself. He doesn't have a ton of HP where Cure can still kind of be effective for his HP. As well as, you know, not burning too much of his MP trying to cast it. Like I said, I wish mages had like a staff, like attack blast or something. Like something just generic that they could sit back and attack for a range. So they're not running into battle fighting. Because it's kind of hard to just pick aggro of where they should be. Like, Ron and Ash could be beating the shit out of someone, but the whatchamacallit will choose to attack the shit out of like the mage. Now granted, that's how MMOs would work. You go after the healer or whatever's just drawing aggro, and sometimes mages and anybody weak is usually the aggro thing. So depending on if, you know, the tank, supposed tank, it has a taunt. Now, as far as I know, I don't think we have any sort of taunt. Could be wrong. I don't recall seeing one. Level up for Ron. Level up for Vaughn. I don't know if I want to like swap them out as they level up. just for now, or just keep going with what I got, and for now until I start to grind up again. I do like to switch in and out just to keep everyone on a balanced level. So that's my thing, but who knows? I try to keep everyone kind of balanced, to be honest, like everyone together. I don't want to like go off and be like Vaughn at level 30 while everyone else is like 25 and 28 and some are 19, you know? Like, I'll try to keep everyone in a couple ranged balance here. Make sure that ball of light ain't around here. That thing's scary. I don't want to like run into that thing. Might be easily defeated if I just kept shooting like water at it, possibly, but I'm not going to take that chance. Level up. Problem is, Penelo will have to be grinded like off time because like how the fuck I can't. That's tough. Well, let's see what we can do here because it's gonna be like a mess if we switch it out to be Bosch, Balthier, and Penelo. That is not a good combo. 2 mages and Bosch. Now Bosch doesn't do a shit ton of damage, but he combos well and can take a lot. It's not gonna work out very well. So what we can do is take Fran out. Yeah, we'll take Fran out and put Balthier in. Take Vaughn out to put Bosch in. Penelo will have to be swapped out at another point in time. It'll be Ash. I'm not gonna sit and I want Ash. Vaughn's like my main thing. Like he's the main character, so you never know if there's gonna be a time where he's alone where I should work on him more. Fuck it. For now, we'll just do this. We just have like 2 medium damage guys comboing the shit out of things. It'll work out. And our license points are probably pretty high at some point. We've been fighting a lot of these guys. They build up, but like I said, I'm going to try to save up a bunch and then bend them. Got a good chunk of the board already pretty much taken up from all my grinding. I know everyone's going to be like, wow, you overly grinded at some parts. Like, this shouldn't be this easy for you or something. But it's like, with RPGs like this, I like to be a little bit cautious, to be honest. Like, I do not want to, I don't know, I don't want to get myself in trouble and be stuck. Leveled up Bosch? Bosch already? Shit. Well then. Again, we can't really do anything about that. Balthier needs to level up. Balthier levels up, we can throw Penelo in the mix. I'll play as her and just kind of sit back. I won't really attack. Granted, she's probably... These guys, I think, have a weakness, so she might end up attacking them. Yeah, because I'm interested in seeing how much it'll give, let's throw in a Cura for fun. Oh, it goes for everybody? Alright, so... I see that. Balthier, make sure. Yeah, we're waiting. We do it at like 30. Might not even need to use Kiron himself at that point. Allies. Allies go 50 or less. Heck, nah, we'll do like 40 or less. Like that. When they get really hurt and he hasn't healed them or he can't, fucking drop the protect on him if it gets dangerously low. Even west, but what the down here? Like there's like this whole down section. Got me curious. I want to go explore it. I mean, actually, we should put I like Ashe because she has cures, so that helps, but since Bond doesn't have that, and Bosch. And we have Bothier who can do that. We don't really need another cure person just right now. So on. Jump in. And as with that, he does not need to do this. I mean, I didn't have to move it. It's off. Whatever. What's that noise? Ooh. That hurt me pretty fierce. Two Earth Stones. Oh, I'll use a potion. It's not going to give me a lot, but 180. And some potions give a little more than others, you'll notice, because if you are new and haven't looked and don't know that the license boards do have potion lores, certain classes have more than others, so potions are more effective in certain classes on them. I don't know if it means like on themselves or just when they use them in general. I shouldn't probably like check that because I should probably have, say, the guy with the best potions to use potion, not just randomly giving Bosch a heal. Here, oh, this. I can fight it. I don't care. It still bothers me to see like Bosch with like a status effect. Like I want to fix that, but I can't. Because that's part of the ring. I wish it didn't like make him glow purple. Just give me the unless it's a harmful from like an enemy, then yes. But if it's from the ring, it should just give me the silenced whatchamacallit logo. And I'm asleep. Wake. Have like Bothier attacks teammate when asleep. Those guys. Right. Alright, they were readying slack. Oh, they're dead. And have some stuff to sell so we can make some of that money from all the shit we bought back. Also, the reason why I wanted to explore down here too, like just to randomly check what the fuck this area leads to, is experience, items, you know, all that shit. You might as well explore. I'm always lazy like that. I'll be like, well, there's no reason to go down there, so I'll just not bother. But then you have to think, well, it could be something. You know, you never know. Even if it's like a mini boss type character, like an elite boss type deal. Might as well give it the old try here and fight it and see what happens, if there is, and you might get something for it. Like, I went through all that turtle nonsense. Didn't have to do it. We could have just fought it and kept on going. We didn't even have to run back, but I decided why not. We'll see what happens, what it will entail. Hell, for all I know, that place could be like the cave, like in Rabanassur's sand place. See that this guy's got the highest defense. But the way these like Firestone stuff, I know that like selling them can affect what the balls are, whatever the fuck they call it, bazaar at the shops, but the way they make them sound Firestone, Earthstone, they make it sound like something I'd put on my weapon, and it would be like stronger or give it like a fire buff. Kind of like think of it as a Dark Souls resin. It feels like it'd be something like that. Where the fuck are we? We're in the cavern, sort of. Alright. You guys are weak to fire, but we fought something like this. So this caverns would be like a shortcut then? Definitely strong to physical, like resistant one. Me. If we do Pinello some action, since if these guys are going to be a bit physically tough, like that. Problem is, we do not have the thing for this, so let's flee. Yeah, because we don't have the earth. I could switch to my staff, but... Alright, so that will lead to the caverns. Alright, cool. Zabosh is like, I'm back. Don't know what happened. I like how I have it set to attack the highest defense, and it's like, they're the same guy, but I just like, it's just go for him. They don't even split it up. It's just like, all for that one. Put shell on him. It's not gonna help. Nobody here is using any sort of magic. They should, you know, all this physical is not that good. I know. That variety of some magic spells in there, but not really necessary at the time. Beat it up. Another golden needle. Taking these guys as needles. A couple potions. Feel good. Already got a shit ton of health anyway. It's funny because I was expecting the monk to have the high HP pool. Squeaky chair. But freaking Bosch right now just like skyrocketed in HP through some of those license. He went crazy. It's like he just injected himself with a bunch of roids and he was just like, I feel strong. I can take so many hits. Calm down, Bosch. I wish though, like I said, he was a little bit more muscular. Like I like that like strong, tough looking, like big knight kind of guy for like when doing classes, but you know, I gave it to fucking Fran. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I went with it. I just want like kind of like a badass looking guy, kind of like an Orin kind of guy from Final Fantasy X. He wasn't overly strong, but he just looked his part for his power and everything. But Bosch, I guess, fits the dagger and shield role all right. Bon kind of looks like someone who could use the staff. He fits both what Bosch is doing and this monk role pretty decent. Fran, I guess, as long as it's a short sword, it works. It works out. On in. Plays Penella just to kind of keep her not dying. Best that I can. Plus, I need someone with Lyra. Look at that staff, though. She got. He's gonna use her magic because everyone's weak against it. So, oh well. Hopefully, we got a couple ethers or whatever the fuck, so if we need to use them in scenario for like a big battle, hopefully there'll be a crystal beforehand so I can just like regroup everything, but she'll fuck. Oh, that other guy leveled up. Congratulations, guest! Yeah, at least you got a cooler staff. Aimed, balanced, and a potion. To be honest, we didn't actually need to throw Ash in here because we already have Cure. with Pinello. Pinello can also do cure. Apparently there's a fly in my room. That's gonna piss me off. Aqua. See, like that. This enemy kind of tricks you. He's like, half the time you can kind of color coordinate what they are. Like, some enemies that are very red are kind of like fire enemies. Not all the time, but usually that's like their hint in games. These dudes are blue, but their weakness is aqua. That's why, you know, I'm looking out for that. It's funny too, because when I was younger, I would never use scan or Libra or anything like any of those when I played a Final Fantasy game. And like I said, I didn't get very far, as you could tell, in Final Fantasy games. And I've only beaten 10 recently, like a couple months back, so almost a year now. I think it's been a year since I beat 10. That was the first one I actually beat. 13, though it's not the greatest Final Fantasy game, I know for, like, after playing this, 10 and all that, 13 is far from perfect. Its storyline's somewhat interesting to me, even though some people hate it. I actually am pretty intrigued and interested when I was in the ride. Probably the one I got the furthest in. You know, there could be times where I do want to play the other Final Fantasies, maybe go back to the older ones, because I do own 7, 8, and 9, as well as 13 if I actually do want to play that one, but I don't know if I will. Then I got the newest one, which I think is what, 15. I'm not gonna play the MMO though. I'm not interested in the MMO, to be honest. Not to be rude to anyone. It looks cool and all that, and the Final Fantasy MMO sounds awesome. But MMOs are very hit or miss for me. Like, I love playing them, but a grind on an MMO compared to a RPG is just, it's ridiculous. Plus, MMOs, I barely keep track of the story. MMOs to me are just games that I'll just grab quests and go fight and level up. I don't even try to focus on the story when I should. Like, very rarely do I try to focus on. Like, I kind of knew the gist of World of Warcraft's story, but that's because of some of the cutscenes and stuff I actually went and looked at. I know, I just prefer an RPG way over a, I just prefer a RPG over a JRPG. Any of those types over MMOs. And like I said, nothing against them. I love MMOs from time to time, especially when you get to play with friends. Like, I want a cooperative Final Fantasy game. I don't know how you could do it unless you say you put your teammate just literally follows you like this but can't go anywhere. They're just forced to follow you. Or they do it where I just watch my leader run around, and when a fight breaks out, I have control. Like, I don't even care if it's, like, very unentertaining where you can't run around with another person. But, fuck, I would love to just be able to experience a story. And even if I'm just a lone party member with my friend, I would love that. Just that option. Now, granted, that sounds more like a local co-op thing they would just do. That sounds like couch co-op in a sense, where they would do that, because I think they did that in a Tales game. I think they did that in the Tales games, where you could play it co-op. One of them at least, I don't know if all. And it's pretty neat to be able to do with a friend. So it's like, I wish you can kind of do something like that. Because I think they did in a Tales game, because you couldn't play as multiple people. You would just play whatever you assigned the controller to. At least for the one I played way back for the GameCube, and I only played that for like an hour or two, and I learned that like recently that you could play it co-op. Pretty cool. So it's like, you know, even that kind of concept of, okay, I have to watch the guy run around, say I'm playing with John or something. John wants to be the party leader, or he's hosting the thing, whatever. I don't care if I gotta watch him run around as Vaughn. I'll be fucking Ash / Pinello / Bosch / whoever I want to be. And the ability to switch between party members if you want. Now, if we're doing like the old school Final Fantasies of like taking turns at the turn-based combat, then then, you know, maybe have it where you can only have a select few that you control, and he controls another select few. Like, that can work out, too. Did Penelope just level up? She did. Have her be able to control it. Like, have me be able to control a select few, have John control, like, these set characters. So, like, say, John just wants to be all the physical characters, and I want to be all the magical/ranged characters. You can, like, set them, you know. There's some sort of ideas. Like, there's a way to make them work. It's just actually getting that whole concept to work is the hard part. And that's the thing, is people are very picky. Like, back then, like, when the Tales game, like, when it came out for GameCube, people probably would have thought, you know, fine, that idea is cool, but some people now, like, standards for games are so high, it's kind of hard to be creative, or just make something as simple as, okay, you can play online, even if it's like you don't do anything but fight, or you can't do anything but fight. People will bitch and moan about it, sadly. People will not like it. I don't know, I just feel like there's been a change with video games. Everyone's got such high standards now with it. Not to be rude, it's just like, that's how I'm seeing it. Like, when I look at, like, a lot of the games that came out on PlayStation 2, and I mean, we still have those types of games now where they're like, what the fuck, they made this? Like, why? You know, there's still plenty of those out there. But, like, when you look at PS2, like, the large list of PS2 games that were made, there are so many interesting and odd games that you're like, that was a game, and some of them are pretty cool, and very underrated. There's a lot of underrated gems for the PS2 that are like, they don't make now. And the fact that they went creative enough to try something like said game, and it may have worked at the time, might not work now. So, and that's why everyone's like, this game's a copy of this game, this game's a copy of that. Hard to be freaking creative with anything new. It costs a lot of money to create a game now. With the technology and shit, I assume, anyway, it is. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's just me. Me ranting. Gonna ram me. And dead. Fidelo's in and out, bitch. I know, very random rant we just went on. It tends to happen, I know. I'd like to try to discuss or just voice my opinion on certain things. Some things that, like, they do sound stupid. You're like, what the fuck are you on about? But, you know, it's how I am. That's just how I've always looked at it. Like, when I look at the PS2 library of so many crazy games, and even now, like, we have indie games, and some games are like, wow, that's really cool, and very creative for them to come up with. But now it seems like we have a lot of games, too, that are just like, we took bits and pieces of this game and bits and pieces of that game to make, like, an interesting game, which is still pretty creative and awesome when it works. It's just, some games on the PS2 were like, what the fuck, and it worked. Some games, though, you know. Not all. There are a lot of odd games in collection. There's a shit ton of PS2 games, though. I wish that I had, like, I wish I was a collector and had a lot of money to be able to collect PS2 games. I would love to collect a shit ton of PS2 games, as well as stream a shit ton of old games. I love playing classic games when I can. That's why when, like, they remake these games, like, yeah, it's just a money grab to some people. They're just they didn't even do much to the game. All they did is, you know, pretty much if you played like an emulator, you know, that you could probably scale the emulation to make it look like this. You can make it look better. Now, granted, an emulator and all that shit might have some issues. If you were to do it the bad way, which you shouldn't, the ROM stuff, but, you know, it's still, like, I'm fine with them remaking games and making them a little bit easier on the eyes to play in an upscaled resolution. I'm fine with it. I don't care if it's the same fucking game and all that, or in some way slightly different. I love being able to play older games like Final Fantasy XII like we're doing now. This was a PS2 game that I played when I was younger. I couldn't play it when I was that young or when I was younger, because I didn't have the attention span. I still don't exactly have the attention span, but I couldn't play it that much because I was like, I don't get it, or I didn't understand, because younger me would not understand grind. One of our weapons have a thing. I actually did not look at any of the elements. That has freeze. Oh, what is happening that we're hitting one of them and they're just... It might be the other guy, to be honest. They look like they're just getting petrified, and I don't understand what's petrified. Okay, we're running backwards, aren't we? Oh yeah, we are. We went through the place. This was like an extra. But yeah, I love the idea of that, like those like remasters, you know, not remakes all the time. Like certain remakes they can do, and it would be awesome. Like some games might need more than just a simple text, like up on like HD graphics. You know, say like a PlayStation 1 game. There's no way you could really just remaster that without completely remaking the game. Need some extra equipment that's better. Shit, man, you just got stuff. Sleep would help. Now you can buy high potions, huh? How much would that cost me? Jesus. Only stop? Well, I can wait on that one. Oh, boom, boom. We don't need it anymore. Need this will blade, wizard staff, or the Vega. Apparently I had 2 Vegas. The iron helm. Don't need the ring mail. Need the balaclava. Succulent fruits, earthstones, pebbles, fins. I'll hold on to that because that does sound important, but at the same time, I don't fucking... Wooden pole. Just got rid of that. Did I not? Oh, hey, you know, or I already have one. I'll get rid of that and keep on the one. Thank you. Well, but you get an upgraded sword. Got 5 more damage. Look at that. You're moving up in the world, and you get +9. Now you're at 40. Get the chopper. You already got that. Yeah, good there. So armor. He needs it. He needs it. Can't wear Mystic Armor for? Well, why we have the license that we have not spent any points in. Why I try to up these as much as I can when I am able. Like 6. Increase the duration of status effects. Fucking guild toss. Slide another gambit slide. I guess we should spend some of our points, but Jesus, accessory 20 all this. Surprise! You got accessory 20. Okay. Get her 7 on that. A lot of black magic. Yeah, a lot. Gambits. Get accessories. Well, we can. Charge. We'll get the charge. 2. Get you to 8. Get you that. And we'll just do accessory 7. Should get 6, but we'll get him 7. Get Balthier some gambit slots. He's gonna need them. Get him channeling, because that'll help. Accessory to get him to like 9. Jeez. He still has 7 and 5 he needs 3. And a lot of them if he wants. Get him armor 5 at least. On Serpent Rod. He doesn't healing rod? See a healing rod in there, but it said nothing good out of it? I don't know. At this point even I'm lost. A lot of gambits. A lot of gambits. He's up to 10 on accessories. I'll get her 5 shield and 7 heavy armor. Increase physical damage because you tempt me. That. And wait on that. Increase your chance to block with a shield. I mean, now the problem is I give him that stuff, but if we were to, if this ninja sword is a one hand, which maybe it could, because it's not a katana, it's a ninja sword. Not sure. If it's two-handed, then that kind of throws a lot of that shit out the window because he won't shield, but for now, we're just going to go with it because this will help. 5, 6, 7, 9. For some reason, 9's more than or less than 8. There you go. We up people's shit. Yeah, we get it. Come on. Unhit regen. So it's literally a rod that I would have him, so he wouldn't fight. He would just sit there and hit my teammates. I'll buy it. You know what? We'll give it a shot. We'll test it, I guess. One day we'll get a Final Fantasy game, possibly, and it'll probably be like the worst one out of them, where we will be able to see the armor changes. At least we get to see the weapons. You know what? That's why I don't ask that much. I'm not like, oh, I wish we could see. Like, we get to see the weapons change. At least we get that, you know? We could just have where we don't see jack shit, and we'd be done with it. It's by 3, but well. One more. Nell's like, I want a hat. Give me a hat. Oh, you don't get one, bitch. All of this. Look at all this stuff I'm giving you. You are spoiled. Acid dagger back. Here's your ancient sword. Don't need these round shields or this balaclava for this. Wizard hats. People will be like, you don't have to buy this stuff. You'll find it if you do this. And then I'm just like, you really think I'm going to find it? Be honest here. Do you really think I'll find it? It's me we're talking about. Alright, so this is where I'm going to test this. If I get out here, Balthier equipped. Want you to sounds interesting. Do we have... Who's hurt right now? Him? He's kind of hurt. Althea? Hit yourself. Go up by. That's not a bad amount of health for him, at least. Good Ash. Does like 52 damage, but then heals. Heal. I don't know if it's worth. I mean, that's nice to have. That's literally telling him to stop doing this and then being like, all or any ally back. Or anyone with less than 100. Or 70 or less. I get the feeling this will not work out well. We'll give it a shot for shits and giggles. I get the feeling this ain't gonna work out very well. Plus, he's gonna constantly hit them. He's just gonna keep hitting them, so I don't... You're gonna keep hitting my team, and it's just like regen. For now, we don't need this thing. It's cool. I didn't mean to take him out of the party, but whatever. But we don't need that. Cool at all, but no. Up, so we don't need him just yet. Throw Bosch into the mix. That's funny though. Fucking just start whacking each other. Start whacking each other, just keep hitting, but that's the thing, I don't want to keep beating up my own teammates. I wouldn't know when the right time to use it. We'll now have the option of saving your game. Great. That is not comforting. What is this one I want to save over? I was gonna say, that does not sound comforting to me. And alright. Again, if you guys are watching on YouTube and you just decide to click this one for some reason and you're this far in, yeah, the videos are going to be like an hour and 30. So, expect that.